Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Tin Hearts, where Helen is not doing that well and the level's getting more intricate and more factory based, as I suspect. We are getting more engrossed with our work in an effort to save Helen when perhaps there is no saving of Helen available. So we'll just have to see. We're starting off over here, and I think probably initially what we need to do is not go through there because we're going to get chomped, so we need to find a way to turn this off. Now, I've set up the cannon to hit that wooden plank, and that should achieve something, is my hope anyway. So we'll do that as a starting point, but then we're probably going to need to ensure that they don't go off the edge again. So we're going to have to just create a thing here just so they kind of go back the way they came, hopefully. So they should just stay in a loop. That's fine. So we'll let these guys get on with it. Now there's going to be I think there's a lot of soldiers that we've got to deal with here, but let's see where this goes. That hits the plank and moves that down. And that hits that cannon. That hits that cannon there. So before that happens, we need to find a way to move or use this cannon for something. I'm guessing possibly if we fire this cannon over at this shot over there. And if we come out, then pause, and then before, so fire that there. Then we need to go to this one. We need to fire this at something. I'm guessing over this cannon here. That's still paused for now. And this is going to fire, I'm guessing, over at this. Now, does that work? It does, excellent. And that means this now turns off, which is useful. So we just need everyone to go back on their path. In fact, we can just move this along now, that's not a problem. So we can use this to move them along. And as soon as this triangle moves, which we can move now, just move it there for a second. Does that take them through? It does, good. So now, once that's happened, they can come through here without issue, and one of them will become a movable soldier, which is excellent. Probably we just want to keep them on a... For now, let's just keep them on a constant loop until we figure out what we really need to be doing with them next. So just make sure they come back the right way, which they're going to do, so that's fine. We can just stop them from falling off. That'll be useful. So like that. Okay. And we can get you now. So let's get you out and about. And we'll work out what we need to do with you. Because we don't quite know what we need to do with you yet. But we've now got you ready and waiting, and all these other guys are just out and about waiting. So I see a way I think he can climb up over there. So let's grab him. Coming through, gents, thank you. Question is, can we actually make it up onto this ledge, this boat? Oh, we can, but only if we make the jump correctly. Which we managed to do here, which is excellent. Now, I don't think we can make it up there, so let's head over this way. Again, not falling to our deaths, hopefully. Now, what does this help with? I see, I think we can use this to maybe hit something else. There's a lot of multiple cannon firers in this level. Can you hit this ship above? I think you can. Excellent. If you can, let's just try that as a starting point, see what that achieves. I'm not sure that didn't achieve anything, I don't think. No, I don't think it did. So I have to find some other way to move around. Obviously there's a lot more things we need to change. There's this thing here in the centre, which would be quite useful. I'm not sure how many people are needed there, but actually we can get these guys moving along that way now. Because at the moment I don't really have a plan with my movable soldier. So let's get these guys moving if we can. Like this. And we do have 3 red triangles to work with. So let's bring them down. Have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery with the triangles, but that's okay. Because right now they should make it down to here without issue. Then if I put them, I can get them in a central loop here on the table, which would be quite useful. So let's do that. They're all past this triangle now, so you can try to figure out what this train thing does. So we can put that there. Let's see how this goes as a starting point. Because we need to get 5 over there. Do you not want to go in? See, there's 5 of you here. But for some reason you're not willing to go in at the moment. Perhaps we need to power both extensions of that at the moment. Oh, and you're going to fall off the edge. So let's move this block just for a second. And you should just go now round in perpetuity, which is useful. I suppose we could... Let's try see if we can find somewhere for you to go. I'm not sure you can just get through over here. It's quite a... Yeah, it's too steep of a jump for you to really get through. So it must be something to do with this thing up here. I wonder, can you shoot up all the way? No, you can't. So there's only so much places you can shoot to, and this train here needs 10. I'm guessing maybe that train might give us more. More people, but we need a way to turn on that bridge. So I've a feeling that it's got to be... This has got to fire over somewhere. So this is going to have to fire over this one here, I would imagine. Because I don't really see what else it can be used for. And then you... Could you hit this off? That I don't know. Let's try that with our little toy soldier. But again, can't go off the edge. He says as he walks off the edge again. No, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything because that just leaves that there. So what am I missing? Because it... Could we hit the light? I don't know if that would achieve anything, but let's give it a go, I suppose. Except there's not really a Okay, let's try that. Bring you back over, which again is going to require a little bit of going across the bridge. Well, that doesn't do anything either because it's not enough to kind of break the. It's not enough to break the thing, but we could switch. Does this reach over here? We could switch the power. Switch the power back, I suppose. That's not something I've thought of before. Let's try that. So let's get our soldier. What does this achieve, though? I don't know. So let's switch the power back. But these guys are over here now, which is fine. All that's done is turn off the bridge. And I can't see much else that it's done. I'm just trying to see if I go backwards. Is there anything that I've kind of missed when that gets turned off and on again? If I go back to the future, as it were. I feel like it's got to be something to do with these. I feel like it has to be something to do with these ships, or these airships. I'm just not convinced as to what I need to do. I see how I need to get up here, but really I need to try turn this solar, and that is powered over here, so I can't get over there just yet. So I need to find a way to power this. As far as I can tell, the only way to power it is from the centre. I still think it's going to be something to do with the ships, because that's going to really kind of make or break everything. Does this work? It doesn't, and that just confuses me. Aha, there we go. It was definitely something to do with the ship. I just couldn't get it to work. It was proving a bit problematic. But there we go. Now we can get our tin soldier to move over to another section of the level that we hadn't got to before. Obviously we can't do much with the train yet, but we might be able to find somewhere else so they can go to. Question is where and what. So they can't go in there because that's going to kill him. But you can go here, so as long as we direct the drum as to where it needs to go. So just up here. And then we jump down with our chap as long as he doesn't die in the process. Like that'll do. And we're across now. So what we can do, we can go over here and turn this off using the switch, or at least switch over to a different electrical current. So what does that do? That opens the bridge for us. Excellent. So now these guys can just move around their merry way. We do need more people yet before we're ready to go off. So, but what we can do is turn this around now. And these guys can come down here now. And then we can get another one of the triangles. And hopefully move them into the correct spot. Okay, we're just going to need to readjust the triangles slightly, but that's fine. So this is going to probably change things. We need to get another triangle already so they don't fall to their deaths. So they'll just go back the way they came for now. So 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's gonna. What did that actually? What's that actually turned off or turned on? I should say. Ah, that's now powered the center. Has it? Ah, because both of them are off, and now that one's on again. Well, that's hardly helpful. If I now bring them back to the center, does that work? No, because they can't get through there. I see the problem. Okay. So once they're... I have to just move this very quickly. No, okay. You need to go back, please. Okay, this is going to be fine. Now we move this along. Like here. Then we need to get this thing here. We need to send them back to the centre. To the train. I think this should work. As soon as they're across the bridge, we flick the power back. And that should do something of note. Let's just make sure they're trapped in here. So that they don't keep on dying by falling off. Now we can switch the power back. And that should give us dual power in the centre. Now you going in here should give us something of interest. Is it a cloning machine? Is there going to be extra ones coming out the other end? This is the first time we've seen this one actually. So what's that achieved for me? I think that might be a cloning machine. But then we've got to get them back over to the edge. Let's just make sure we understand what we're doing here. I think it is a cloning machine. Yeah, that's giving us all what we need. That's giving all the ones we need. So we need to bring them back over to the centre table. Which they'll do eventually on their own, so that's fine. Okay, that should now be all of them out of the cloning machine. So we'll send them around on their merry way. It's going to take them a little while to come back over. But we're going to have to reset the switch. And we're going to have to reuse the triangle here. So once they're across and in the loop, that's fine. So now we're just going to move this triangle out of the way so they don't die again. And we'll bring you back through. Like thus. There's a lot of changing of circuits, but it's useful. So now we can get across here. Okay, let's see what we need to do. Excellent. Does that work? That does work. Wonderful. So now we can use this to go across here. That should do us some useful things as well. Let's see what that achieves. But we're going to need to make sure, and before they all fall off the edge to their death, let's make sure they're in some form of loop, because otherwise this happens and they're going to die all the time. We certainly don't want that to happen. We also don't want them to do that either. That should be a little bit better. 3, 2, 1. That now turns on this bridge. Okay, are these guys going to be okay in their loop? They should be. I'm just going to make sure before I walk away. Yeah, they'll be fine in that loop. So now we get you, Mr. Toy Soldier. And we need to bring you over, because I did see there's a way for us to get up higher. Now that bridge is working. Although we've managed to turn on this bridge, I should say. Get up on these books. There should be a way for us to climb. Wonderful. That allows us to, I'm guessing, get up top. So before we do that, let's make sure we know where we need to go. I'm guessing it's going to be up there, so let's try that as a starting point. Just need to make sure we make it into this area, which we do. Wonderful. Let's mix this up here. So now I push the chicken. Finally kick one of the chickens in the game. That's an achievement, but not much else. Ah, that's going to allow us to fly over here, I see. And we just need to turn off the power. Does this mean I can now turn off the power if I bring you down safely? Which I'm not sure I can do, actually, from here. Okay, I can do that. Does that now make this safe? Now I need to change the power. Because I need this to turn off, really. Or is there a way to change that somehow? If I depower this again, so that powers that bridge back on. Okay, let's get myself flying. Let's get myself back over there. Just for a second until I work out what I need to do. Can I use myself on the button? That'd be interesting. Let's try that. See if that works. Can I use myself to hit the button? I think I can. Aha, now that's turned that off. Excellent. So now, we just need to get these guys going back the way they came. They should all just be able to. We're going to have to time it right, because there's a lot of them around, but we should be able to manage this just about. If we go here. Right, that should get them out. Now I just need to get myself out. Which hopefully I can do with the drum, actually, given I'm high up. Let's try that. As long as I jump correctly. There we go. And let's just get the other chaps to let me out. There we go. That will be, over time, 11 out of 11. Excellent. So, through the door we go, and we can find what's coming next. Maybe learn more about Helen. No more about Helen just yet. Just another one of these rather complex levels. Right, where are we starting? Oh my goodness, this one goes on and on. Okay. Where is our starting point? Goodness me, what is all this? Right, let's start from the beginning, find where we are going from, and that usually helps us work out what we need to do. Maybe not all of these are going to be active. Oh, there we are, there's our starting point. Hidden away from us, so it is. Ooh, that looks different. Is that not our starting box? No, there's lots of boxes. Which one's the real box? That's our ending point there. We need 6. Ah, here we go. So straight away, let's get this guy out and about. And we'll get these guys just on a roundabout loop until we work out what we need to do with them. Goodness me, couldn't even find the starting point there. It's got to such a big complex level. But now we've got this guy out and about. What can we do with him? Because there's of course only going to be so many places that we can go. Aha, I see what I think we need to do. So we're going to turn this going this way. And I'm going to get myself on this boat. And then I'm going to change this wind direction. And it should, in theory, move this along. The question is how far. Is it going to go all the way? And that's going to push us the rest of the way. Excellent. So now over here, what benefit do we have? This feels like there's going to be a lot of red herrings in here. Or perhaps a lot of switches, we'll have to see. So there's a balloon I can use to get back somewhere, presumably the centre. But initially, there's a lot of buttons here, which I'm mildly concerned about. Now, what do these pipes actually achieve for us, I wonder? Oh, I see. Okay. So, one of these is going to have to move this along. So let's use that as a starting point. And we've got a nice cinematic, which is probably useful. And then we need to fire that cannon, but there is a cannon there on the corner. On both sides of the table. Let's see if any of them can reach. We probably can make it over there. No, we can't make it over there safely. We can use this cannon here. I'm hoping to fire it over here. Oh, not quite. What we can hopefully do is get this one sorted to hit here, because that's almost certainly what it needs to do. How do we get ourselves back across? Do we use the balloon? Let's try using a balloon to get ourselves back across. Okay, we can get ourselves back across. So let's try this. Jump up on here and jump over to here if I can do my parkour correctly, which I almost cannot today. So let's jump, and this should now ensure that this cannon fires to that cannon, and that will close off this or change this pipe over. But what does that do for us? Okay, that's not the bridge for us to get across. My query now is, how do I get my own chap back home? Oh, goodness me, there's a little bit of frames there and he went all over the place. Because he can't now make it... He now can't make it back. That's the problem I see. And I don't see how the ship is supposed to get back either. And there's no way we can make that jump. No, not in the slightest. Okay, well, we can't get our chap out for now. So for now, let's see what we can do with these guys here. Aha. What we probably can do is change the power back, and that should allow him to get back across. Fine. I'm sure we can make that work. question is, how do we get them across? There's not really... Is there a gap through there that I can go? There might be. No, it's too tight for them to get through, which means they need to go up higher. Presumably up here. That's fine, they can do that. We just need to send them in the right direction with a triangle, which we do have here in this wonderful box. As long as it goes here, that should get them on the drum. I'm not really sure how that helps. Is there no other way for them to get past at all? Because they're going to jump, but they're not going to get anywhere. That's almost certainly not for the monotonous soldiers then. My query is, how do I get myself back over? Because I don't see a way to get them through at the moment. I think I've understood what I need to do. I think actually using the balloon here was the wrong mistake to jump back across. What I need to do now is reset this system, because either way now this thing is over here, so I can reset this, and now this bridge should work. Excellent. So now I can come over here and fire the button like I did before, and that should change everything around. No, hang on. We need to... So this goes here, and now I can get across. Now from here, as long as we've got this all set up correctly, which I think we still do from before, that should change that over, if I'm not mistaken. So that's changed the power supply over. Still hasn't, this has not now unlocked the bridge as it did before. But if from there I can probably do something else, but I've forgotten how I got these other troops over. Because this was on, that was the point. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back further. Let's get this all reset up as it was before. So hit this. No. Hit this one. That'll move the boat. That will move the boat along. Hit this, and that will bring the bridge back for us. So we go over here and do that. And then we go over here, if I don't fall off the edge. Which I seem to have real proclivity for doing today, for some reason. But also, I think sometimes if he's standing on the very edge, sometimes has some issues. So from here, I can now get back over to here. I'm guessing I can use this a bit more effectively. Can I land on the drum? I can land on the drum. And that will get me up there. Excellent. That's what I needed to do, and I just wasn't doing it. So over we go. That should get me to the drum, and that should bounce me all the way up to here. And from here, I should be able to float my way over these blocks, or at least I thought I'd be able to. Come on. Okay, you've made it good. Just don't fall. Now from here, this should be able to bring the power back on, I would think, by doing this. Let's see if this works. Okay, we've got a cutscene of some kind. That is also useful. That turns on that. Now I'm not sure what the purpose of those other doors are. Presumably there's a purpose to it all at some point. Now can you get any further? You should be able to via this ship here. And what do we need to do with you? That's likely going to move the pulley system around. We need to get these guys over here somehow. There's no point turning this on because they can't get anywhere. But what we... oh, I see what we can do. Okay, so this is going to have to move this ship out of the way by using the ball, as before. No. Because we, I think, misfired that somewhat. I think if we actually just do it like that, that normally works, to be honest. No. Sometimes the firing can be a little bit kind of off from where it should be. Let's try that. No, it really doesn't want to. It doesn't want to play ball with me today. But we've got to. This drum can't move until this ship moves, unless the cannon's supposed to be for this ship, which I suppose would make a bit more sense. Oh yeah, the cannon was for that ship. Okay. So now that now comes up. And that allows the drum to bring these soldiers over. Okay. We're getting somewhere. So now we can not move the... or we'll need to move the... we'll need to move the drum first. And this way they can... I suppose bounce over somewhere useful. How far can this drum reach though? Not that far. So let's just leave it there for now until we work out what we need to actually do with it. Because they need to get over onto this section somehow, that's for sure. The question is how. There's definitely one bit I've missed out on, and that's I need to reset the power because I need to ensure that the bridge is on, otherwise these other guys aren't going to be able to get across. So now I can hit this again, and that central bridge should now be on, but I should still be able to make it over via the drum to that central area. And these other guys can now get across, which of course is beneficial. And we managed to move the drum has moved, thankfully. And then we can move, does that work? And then we can move them over here. Let's give it a go. So let's get one of our triangles. And we can do this. And then they'll come across, albeit at a weird angle. And then we can try and move them onto the drum, see if this works. Because these guys are now moved, so that shouldn't be a problem. But they can't reach the drum. So what's the purpose of this then? Because they're over here now. If they can't reach the drum, what's the point? Right, there is however a letter here. And I reckon if we go over the top of it, first of all we get some story. But I've also spotted somewhere, I've got to be a bit more aware of the elements, because I think if we move that would work. So we're gonna keep that over there as before.
I apologize for the delay in getting back to you since receiving your duplicator prototype a few weeks ago. I have been busy overseeing our research and development team while they were studying your amendments to the original plans. I am pleased to say they recently finally managed to recreate your success, getting the device to function here in our internal workshop. We have since shipped a few test units to some of our members, and early reports seem to indicate that these duplicator prototypes are enabling them to triple and in some cases quadruple their output. Needless to say, the Directorate are extremely pleased with this development and have asked me to personally thank and congratulate you on their behalf. The Directorate feel this is only the beginning of taking our collaboration to a new level. The duplicator represents a huge advancement in the art and science of toy making. Yet we feel we're only starting to scratch the surface of what we can do by combining our resources with your skills and talent. As such, the Directorate have asked me to inform you that they are ready to release a substantial amount of new funding to facilitate both your future research on behalf of the Guild, as well as to compensate the excellent work we've been doing. As you know, Mr. Butterworth, the Guild have always been strong believers in the idea that we could do great things together. And while it took some effort getting here, we're certain at this point you too must be in acknowledgement of this idea. Once again, thank you for your service. Together we shall pave the future of toy making. Yours, Lucian Mantelfell, Secretary of the Guild of Toy Makers.
So yes, there's still a lot more nefarious things happening with the Guild of Toy Makers, so we imagine to kind of make some good progress and duplicating toys, but I imagine a lot of the happiness and joy might be sucked out of it by doing it that way. So now that book's out of the way, which means we can finally get our chaps through. Thank goodness. This has been a tough mission so far, and it's by no means over. Let's move that there. And then move this across like this. That should bring them through the middle. And then down here. But then we're going to need to bring the drum back so that they don't end up falling to their deaths. We certainly don't want that. Right, let's just make sure this is actually set up correctly. That will do there. It's not quite perfect actually. I'd like to move it a little bit to the other way because then it will go straight through there. Excellent. So let's move these guys along. We're finally making some progress now. And we'll bring you along as well because we might need you on the next stage. So we'll bring you on the drum as well. We need 6 here, so we're gonna need one of us as well. So there's 1, but we only can have so long. Yeah, so we need to do it all in kind of close proximity. That's fine. We need this last guy to catch up, really, and we can be at the very end, and that we can be the 6th one. But I also need to pause because I don't want these guys falling to their death. So let's get a triangle. And that can just go there for now. Oh, hang on, we need to get ourselves in there as well. There we go. Now what's that done? That's turned off. I see. That just connected. I just connected that thing. That's fine. So you can go through now, because the other two will be able to make it through. So that connects the pipe back together. But again, what does that really achieve for us? Because we still have to make it out. I think I see what we need to do. We need to go turn on the power. So let's go do that with our chap here. But we need to readjust this drum to fire the other way just momentarily. Because then we can jump like this. And then we can hit the power. And that should turn that on. Which gives us a bridge through. Excellent. And then we just get ourselves back over the other side. Wonderful. So from here, this ship is in the way. Presumably we can go around the ship, or at least jump over it or through it. And we can get ourselves out, but we need to finish this off somehow. Aha, these are the duplicators at work, actually. Let's see. So this is just showing the duplicators work. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. This is just showing the duplicators working. How do we get this ship to move? I don't really see how it's going to. If I was to hit the power here... Aha, that lets the ship go away. Excellent. That ship now moves. But presumably I can now switch the power. Does the ship come back? The ship does not come back. Wonderful. So, you can now move. And we can hopefully get you out. Goodness me, that was tougher than I expected it to be. Where is the spare triangle? This one here. We didn't even use it since the very beginning of the level. How about that? And we will, if we can just work out exactly where we need to put it, that should do it. And then we can get ourselves out as well. And as long as we get on the ladder properly. Thankfully we are a lot quicker than some of the other soldiers. But they should catch up with us momentarily. Ooh. What's going on? Has Helen died? It stopped before the end of the level. Something's definitely happened. Guessing we're going upstairs. Everything's very dark and bleak. Everything's going slightly dreamy, and I suspect not in a good way. Helen. As expected, Helen has passed away. And I think that's going to push us over the edge somewhat. Now everything's going a little bit haywire. What is going on here? This is going all like nightmarish. Yeah, Albert's losing it. Oh, Albert, I'm so sorry. He's crushing all the toys. He's sending all of them to their doom. Think of your daughter. You need to look after your daughter. Your daughter's by herself. I understand, Albert, but killing all your lovely creations is not going to do much to help you. And your daughter needs your support at the moment. I'm seeing all the ways the toys are being destroyed. The Jack-in-the-Box falling to the death, being crushed, being incinerated. All his joy, all his passion, slowly drained away from him because Helen's passed away. Okay. I'm guessing we need to close all the boxes. And that might clear the noises and the thoughts in his head. At least I think that's what we've got to do. I can't see what else we could do in the meantime. Are there any more boxes? There are a few more around somewhere. Close that one. Close this one. Obviously we can't stop all the toys from being made. We can hopefully stop things from getting too far out of hand. Oh, Albert, I'm so sorry. But you got to think of your daughter now. And even the soldiers are now broken and not working as intended. Like Albert. Come on, no, buddy, you can make it. Or not, it seems. Ooh, that was a tough little section, wasn't it? Long corridor here. But I think we'll leave things there because I think we're reaching the latter stages of this act. Maybe even the whole game, I'm not sure. There's a lot to sort out yet. And I wonder how our daughter is coping, because I suspect not very well, especially if Albert is down in the basement, losing himself to grief and sorrow, which is completely understandable, but he's got to look after his daughter as well. We'll just have to see. Thank you so much for watching. More to come soon indeed. For now, take care. Bye bye.